Throughout history, there has been some urban legends that have stemmed from truth, and some urban legends have been made up to tell around campfires to scare people. In today's video, I'm going to give you 5 urban legends, and then after each one, I'm going to give you time to work out whether they're real or fake, and then after the time is up, I'm going to tell you whether they are real or fake. Hello and welcome back, or welcome to my channel. If you don't know what's going on here, I am a horror artist and I like to draw what I talk about in the videos. Now if you like true crime, scary facts, scary stories, aliens, UFOs, any of that kind of stuff, and also like watching someone draw, you might be an artist or you just might like watching somebody create something, then this might be the channel for you. Now I do my best to bring you the most accurate information out there. I do my research and I go through the internet, and any consistent information that I find across my research goes into the video. Now if there's anything that you want to add to the stories of today or any of the future videos, please leave a comment down in the comment section below. Now with that being said, let's get on with the video and let's get on with the drawing. On Halloween night in 1962, a group of people, roughly 85, were at a Halloween party when one of the people in the photo was responsible for killing 7 fellow party guests. And yep, if you guessed the one in the black mask, you would be correct. Shortly after this picture was taken, the man in the black mask locked all the doors in the home and attempted to murder everyone with a kitchen knife. He only managed to kill 7 people before taking off and was never seen again, never caught and never identified. In 1969, the mask was found, but still they never linked it to the murderer. The FBI still has the mask today, and it's in their evidence locker. Now, was this story fake or was it real? If you guessed fake, you would be correct. There are a lot of flaws in this story, and let's go through them. First, we have no idea in what town, what state, what country this apparently happened in. There was absolutely no known information on this whatsoever. Now, if you go back and you delve into the history of 1962, on the night of Halloween, there was no police reports of any murders or any cases that happened that night. And to be able to find a mask 7 years later and then link it to that night, that in itself I would call bullshit on, because there's just no way that they would immediately link that. That could have been from anywhere. That wouldn't even be on their minds 7 years later. Now, having the doors locked from the inside, everyone's on the inside. They're going to be able to get out regardless. Yes, they might take a bit if they're not sure how the locking mechanisms are, but they're still going to be able to get out. You can't just lock people in where the locks are accessible from that side. And then the other thing I query is the fact that, there's 85 people at the party. I'm pretty sure he would have been subdued by the time he got to the second or third person. People would have tackled him to the ground if they knew straight away that he was stabbing and killing people. Unless he was luring them into a room or something like that, then that's plausible. But yes, after all the evidence and after all the research on the internet, this story is definitely fake. As I said, there was no known records of an event happening like this on that night in 1962. Pan Am 914 took off from New York on the 2nd of July 1955 with 57 passengers and 6 crew on board. This was the last time anyone saw the plane until it landed in Miami on the 9th of March 1985, 37 years later after it took off. The air controller reported an unlisted plane coming into land, which baffled everyone until the plane landed, with the passengers having no idea that they had been missing for 37 years, and none had aged a day over from when they left the ground in 1955. It's believed that they went through a wormhole, as the flight was only supposed to take a few hours, but they never arrived. To the passengers, they were none the wiser. Does this sound familiar? It's actually a similar plot to a TV series called Manifest, where a plane disappears for 5 years only to reappear again. Now what do you think? Do you think that this story is fake or real? Now if you guessed fake again, you would be correct. The story was made up by the Weekly World News in the 70s. They were an infamous publishing company that were renowned for making up stories. They published this story 2 more times over the years in 1993 and 1999, and they had different pictures, different names, and all sorts, so that was a massive giveaway that the story was fake each time. There was also no reports of a plane missing in 1955 either. If you happen to see this woman swaying her hips with her arms out in the dead of night, run. Several witnessed an elderly lady dancing in Serbian streets and threatening onlookers with a knife. The video shows a lady not right in the head, dressed in the national Serbian outfit, jumping out in front of cars and people. It was later speculated that the woman was possessed and controlled by a demon that can be seen just off to the side, appearing as a black blob near the dancing woman. If you happen to see this woman dancing, you were apparently about to die. You may not die directly from her, but apparently if it was a curse bestowed upon you if you just witnessed her dancing in the street. Now, do you think that this story is fake or real? If you guessed real, you would be correct. Well, it is real, but it was blown out of proportion. The story is originally a woman in white dancing in the street on drugs and attacking people, but was later found dead after being hit by a car. Now apparently that story is true and caused some hysteria, which triggered copycats to recreate it for views with a creepy undertone. So you can thank the internet for taking a true story, a true disturbing story, and making it an urban legend of the Serbian dancing lady. In Ireland on the 9th of October 1976, an unusual thick fog swept over the town around 7 p.m. The people of the town started to feel an uneasy feeling, so they went indoors and locked everything for the night. Once the morning came and the sun was up, people resumed as normal. Those people that stayed indoors and didn't venture outside had no idea what had happened the night before, but people who were out and stayed up looking out their windows told of something frightening happening. Police received more than 60 calls from scared shitless people that witnessed dead people roaming the streets like zombies. Police thought it was a mass joke that the townspeople were playing on them until they decided to patrol the town the next day after the fog lifted and found that the local cemetery graves had all been dug up. The bodies were nowhere to be found. To this day, apparently, there's no idea what happened to the bodies and why it even happened. Now, do you think that this story is fake or real? Now, if you guessed fake, you would be correct. Now, scouring the internet on this particular story, I couldn't find a single bit of evidence that this ever existed, and every story that's told from this, there is no location given. There's no police reports or anything like that from that night. Apparently there is no mass grave dig-ups or anything like that recorded in history, so it's probably pretty safe to say that this story is fake. And if it was real, it was probably some people playing a prank and pretending to be zombies walking through the streets that night because of the fog. Maybe it triggered something like that, but like I said, you look through the internet, there is no evidence, there's no cases, there's no nothing that this did happen. In 1999, a sound was recorded deep in the ocean that was so loud and strange that it had people who heard it scrambling to find out what this sound was. It was so deafening that it could be heard thousands of kilometers away by the hydrophones, and it lasted 15 seconds, but some people recall hearing it for up to 2 minutes. Researchers for years tried to figure out what the sound was. The sound was possibly caused by natural phenomena, but there has been other theories floating around about what it might have been. One theory was that the sound was an iceberg lodging into the ocean floor, but if this was the case, there should have been more noises similar to this over the years. The most popular theory is that the sound is from an undiscovered mythical creature deep in the ocean, as the sound is so spine-chilling and eerie that it has to be something supernatural. It may also be just the tectonic plates of the earth shifting into and out of place. But the ocean is so vast and uncharted that we really don't know what lurks down in the deep parts of the ocean. But surprisingly, NASA has another opinion. This sparked more and more people to speculate that the Julia sound was from a creature. NASA released a picture of a shadowy creature that was worked out to be 2 times the size of the Empire State Building in the waters off Cape Adare in the Antarctic. Because it was allegedly around the time of the Julia sound, people started putting 2 and 2 together, but were NASA's photos real? I can't see NASA doing this, and I trust NASA as far as I could throw them, which is not very far. Also, 2 years prior, in 1997, the sound called bloop is apparently similar to the Julia sound, so they possibly might be the same sound occurring. Now, do you think that this story is fake or real? Now, if you guessed real, you would be absolutely correct. Now, there is a little bit of a twist. This sound really did happen, and it really did generate quite a few theories of what it was. I will play the sounds for you, and you can make up your own mind. But they do sound quite weird. But yeah, I can see that it could be potentially some sort of moving parts, or something moving, or the earth shifting, or something doing so. I don't know. The possibilities are endless with this, so it could have been absolutely anything. But yeah, all this information that I read to you is true, and all the theories that follow is what they suspect that this thing could be. It could be something huge that's come up out of the depths of the ocean. So what did you think about these so-called urban legends throughout history? Now, if there's any that you want to mention down in the comment section below, if you want me to do another video on this type of stuff, I can. Throw some suggestions down in the comments below, and hey, I could potentially do another one of these videos where people guess if they're, real or fake or whatever. Now, the illustration that I decided to do for this video today is just a vision that was generated by all 5 urban legends. Now, it kind of probably doesn't make sense to people, but as I was going through all the urban legends and I was generating images in my head, I put them all together, and the illustration that you see me drawing is what I came up with. There's elements of everything. There's elements of like a mist, like a zombie woman. There's blood. There's a knife. There's graves. There's like this plot of land that she's hovering up into the sky to sort of portray the plane, the Pan Am story, all that type of stuff, and then all like the mechanical workings of that. And yeah, this is just what I generate. This is what my brain came up with, combining all these stories. So yeah, I just run with it. I run with my visions that I have for my drawings, and I just draw them. And yeah, I trust the process. So anyway, that is it from me. If you like this kind of content, like and subscribe. Dislike it, I really couldn't care less, because any interaction that you give to me, whether you like me or not, it goes towards the algorithm and pushes me up for other people to find me. Hopefully you watch what is left of the video to see how the illustration turned out, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.